Assalamu alaikum and good morning students. Welcome to Forward Public School e-learning class 7th. Subject General Science Chapter 4 Transmission of Heat Part 5 Written Work and Exercises. I'm your General Science teacher Asma Gul. Students, take out your General Science copies and first of all write down the heading of Physics. Okay students, now come towards the next page of your copy. You have to draw margin line on every page of your copy and you have to write serial number and date on your every page. Now give the heading of chapter number 4, Transmission of Heat. Contents, words meanings 8, short question answers 6, long question answers 3, exercises, fill in the blanks 5, true false 5, choose the correct option 10. Okay students, now on next page give the heading of chapter number 4, Transmission of Heat. Now we will do the words meanings. You have to draw a straight line in the center, write the English words on one side and the Urdu meanings on the next side. Words number 1, transit, अंदर से जाने का रास्ता. Number 2, conduction, हरारत या मुंतकिल करना. Number 3, convection, गर्म हिस्से से सर्द हिस्से की तरफ हरारत की मुंतकिली. Influence, असर या तासीर. Randomly, बेतरतीब या बेअसूल. Emission, निकलना. Glazed, शीशा. Pitch, गहराई. Now draw the finishing line. Now give the heading of short question answers. Question number 1, you have to write the question with the marker. Why does heat flow from a hot body to cold body? Answer, heading is reason. Hot body has more thermal energy because it is at high temperature, that is degree of hotness. On the other hand, a cold body have low temperature. Process or mechanism. When hot and cold body brought close to each other, the hot body transfers its thermal energy to the cold one. This transfer of thermal energy is called the flow of heat. This flow of heat continues till the thermal energies of both the bodies become the same. Draw the finishing line after each question. Now question number 2 is, how does a solid conduct heat? Answer, conduction is the process through which the heat transfer takes place in solids without the flow of particles. Mechanism or process. Number 1, under the strong attractive force, the particles of solid are fixed and they can only vibrate. Number 2, the particles that have more thermal energy share it with the nearby particle of low thermal energy. Number 3, they only share their thermal energy. Number 4, they themselves do not move. Question number 3, what causes a convection current? Answer, the flow of heat by the flow of the particles of the medium from hotter to colder regions is called convection. Mechanism, the convection current usually flows in circle in the upward direction. That is because a hotter particles of the medium, liquid or gas, become lighter and rise while the heavier, colder particles sink. Question number 4, how is radiation responsible for heat transfer through vacuum? Answer, definition. Radiation is the mode of flow of heat with the help of electromagnetic wave. Mechanism, heat flow through vacuum by the mode of radiation. Number 2, during the process of flow of heat by radiation, a hot body gives out heat in the form of radiation. This process is called emission. Number 3, these radiation carry heat energy to the cold body and cold body receives this heat by a process called absorption. Question number 5. What purpose does the trapped air in a vacuum flask serve? Answer. The purpose of trapped air in a vacuum flask is to prevent conduction. Question number 6. How are insulators different from conductors? Now here you have to draw a straight line in the center. On one side give the heading of insulators and on the other side give the heading of conductors. In insulators, number 1 point is some materials conduct heat very slowly. They are called bad conductors or insulators. Now in conductors, number 1 point is some materials conduct heat very quickly. They are called good conductors. Number 2, for example, wood, plastic, etc. For example, metals, iron and steel, etc. Students, now give the heading of long question answers. Question number 1. Write a detailed note on the conduction, convection and radiation. Answer. Mode of flow of heat. The way in which flow of heat takes place depends on what states of matter the hot body and cold body are made of. There are 3 modes of flow of heat. Number 1, conduction. Number 2, convection. Number 3, radiation. First of all, we will write the heading of conduction. Definition. The process of flow of heat without the flow of particles of the medium is called conduction. It takes place in solids. Mechanism. In solids, particles are fixed in their places having strong attractive forces and they can only vibrate. So, during conduction of heat, the particles that have more thermal energy share it with the nearby particles of low thermal energy, for example, cooking utensils. Now you have to draw the diagram of conduction. Here, first of all, you have to make a table. And on one side you have write hot and on one side you have to write the cold. Heat flows due to conduction, convection, radiation. Molecules in solid objects do not move, they vibrate or jiggle. ठीक है. Now you have to draw the diagram. आपने एक सॉलिड बनाना है, ठीक है, और साथ में आपने यहाँ पर कैंडल बनानी है with the pencil. You have to draw all these with the pencil and give the heading conduction in solids. Write every labeling of the diagram. Okay students, now number 2 heading is convection. Definition. Flow of heat by the flow of the particles of the medium from hotter to colder region is called convection. Mechanism. It takes place in liquid and gases. The particles in liquid and gases move randomly. So with the thermal energy, the particles themselves move on flow from the hotter region to the colder region. This flow of particles during convection is called convection current. For example, air conditioners. Now you have to draw the diagram of convection. Draw the arrows with the pencil. Particles, area of high pressure, area of low pressure, warm, less dense air striking and cold, dense air striking. ठीक है, तो आपने ये पूरी डायग्राम बना लेनी है. Okay students, now give the 3rd heading radiation. Point A, the mode of flow of heat with the help of electromagnetic waves is called radiation. Point B, the heat of the sun reached the earth through vacuum and the mode of transfer is radiation. Point C, radiation is the wave which can carry energy in the form of light and heat through vacuum. These waves are called electromagnetic radiation. For example, greenhouse. Now you have to draw the diagram of radiation. On one side draw the sun, on other side draw the earth and show the radiation with the help of arrows. Now next heading is emission and absorption. Point 1. During the process of flow of heat by radiation, a hot body gives out heat in the form of radiation. This process is called emission. Number 2, these radiations, electromagnetic waves, carry heat energy to the cold body. Number 3, the cold body receives the heat by a process called absorption. Now here you also have to draw the diagram. आप क्या करेंगे, एक सर्कल बनाएंगे जिसमें आपने ब्लैक बॉडी रेडिएशन लिखना है, ठीक है। यहाँ पर आपने एरोस शो करने हैं जो कि एब्जॉर्प्शन को शो कर रहे हैं, और यहाँ पर इमिशन शो की जा रही है, ठीक है। ऑल इंसिडेंट रेडिएशन इज़ एब्जॉर्ब्ड, ये एब्जॉर्प्शन को शो कर रहे हैं एरोस जो ब्लैक बॉडी एब्जॉर्ब कर रही है, और यहाँ पर आपने इमिशन शो करनी है। इमिटेड रेडिएशन इज़ ओनली अ फंक्शन ऑफ रेडिएटर्स टेम्परेचर। Okay students, now write down question number 2. Explain how these modes of flow of heat occur in nature and affect the environment. Answer: flow of heat in the environment. Modes of flow of heat, that is conduction, convection and radiation, occur in nature and affect the environment. Number 1, conduction in the environment. Conduction can be dangerous for buildings and structures made of solids. Point B, the solid conducts heat and also expands due to rise in their thermal energy. Point C, to avoid cracking due to expansion, empty spaces are left between slabs of construction materials such as concrete, asphalt, bridges, railway tracks, etc. Convection in the environment. A convection in the atmosphere plays an essential role in determining climate patterns and daily weather variation, for example, land breeze and sea breeze in coastal areas. Point B, during daytime, coastal land heats the air more than the sea. Point C, hot air rises due to its less density and denser cold air from sea rushes in to take its place. Point D, wind blows towards land due to convection current. This is called sea breeze. Point E, at night this process is reversed. It is called land breeze. Now you have to draw the diagram. On one side you have to show the day and on next side you have to show the night. यहाँ पर आपने शो करना है कि कैसे जो है यहाँ दिन के टाइम पे लैंड के पास जो है एयर ज़्यादा गर्म हो जाती है और वो कोल्ड एयर सी से इसको रिप्लेस करती है, और यहाँ पर आपने नाइट शो करनी है कि यहाँ पर जो है सी के साइड पर एयर जो है वार्म होती है, वो ऊपर की तरफ उठ जाती है और कोल्ड एयर जो है वो इसकी जगह ले लेगी. Okay, now give next heading, radiation in the environment. Point A, the solar energy is delivered to our planet by a process of radiation, and electromagnetic waves can carry not only light but also heat through vacuum. Point B, without radiation, Earth would be subjected to an eternal winter and life would not exist. For example, some animals such as pythons, piranhas, and goldfish, etc., have thermal vision. They can see in dark as well. This is because radiation from hot bodies that deliver heat to us are visible to them. Now draw the diagram of solar energy consumption, in which you have to show the plant, herbivores, carnivores, decomposers, sun, and label the diagram. Long question number 3. Write a detailed note on a vacuum flask. Why does a vacuum flask contain double-layered glass bottle? Answer. Give the heading vacuum flask. Number 1. Vacuum flask or thermal flask is an example of transfer of heat. Number 2. It is made in such a way as to minimize heat flow from a liquid due to all modes of transfer of heat: conduction, convection, radiation, and also evaporation. Next heading is construction. A vacuum flask contains, number 1, an outer case made of shiny plastic. Number 2, an inner double glass bottle with vacuum in between the silver glasses from the inside to stop the conduction and convection. Point 3, a hollow plastic stopper inside the flask cap. Working. Number 1, Hot liquid is poured inside with trapped air between the liquid surface and the stopper. Point 2. The stopper's plastic is a poor conductor and prevents conduction from the top. Number 3. The air trapped inside also prevents conduction. Number 4. The vacuum between the layers of the double glass bottle stop both conduction and convection. Point 5. Silvered walls of the glass bottle reflect heat carrying radiation back to the required. Number 6. Radiation would travel through vacuum and carry heat away from the liquid. Number 7. Evaporation, escape of liquid from the surface only occurs when the plastic stopper is removed. Now draw the diagram of vacuum flask. You have to label the diagram and also write down its name, that is vacuum flask. Okay students, now we will start the exercises. Fill in the blanks. Number 1. Heat flows from dash body to dash body. हीट जो है वो कौन सी बॉडी से कौन सी बॉडी की तरफ जाती है? द आंसर इज हीट फ्लोज फ्रॉम हॉट बॉडी टू कोल्ड बॉडी. नंबर 2. द प्रोसेसेस ऑफ flow of heat with the help of electromagnetic waves is called dash. Flow of heat का वो प्रोसेस जो कि electromagnetic waves के मदद से होता है उसे क्या कहते हैं? Radiation. Number 3. Dash expands on heating. कौन सी चीज़ है जिसको हीट मिलती है तो वो एक्सपेंड होती है, फैलती है? आंसर इज सॉलिड्स. Number 4. Birds glide in the sky by using dash. परिंदे जो है आसमान में ग्लाइड करते हैं किसकी मदद से? थर्मल और कन्वेक्शन करंट की मदद से. Number 5. Hot air moves upward. यानी गर्म हवा जो है ऊपर की तरफ उठती है तो यहाँ पर डैश में हमारे पास आएगा upward. Draw the finishing line. Now next exercise is true false. Number 1. Cooking pots are bodies that are used for heating food made of insulators. खाना पकाने के जो बर्तन होते हैं वो इंसुलेटर उन मटेरियल से यूज़ होते हैं जिसमें इंसुलेटर यूज़ होता है. सो ये फॉल्स है. नंबर 2. पाइथन्स पिट वाइपर्स हैव थर्मल विजन. ये जो स्नेक्स की एग्ज़ाम बताई है इनके पास क्या थर्मल विजन होती है? The answer is true. Number 3. Polystyrene foam is a very good conductor. Polystyrene foam जो पैकिंग मटेरियल में इस्तेमाल होता है वो एक बहुत अच्छा कंडक्टर है, यानी हीट पास कर सकता है? No, it is false. Number 4. Shiny surfaces are good reflectors but bad emitters. जो शाइनी सर्फेसेस होती हैं वो एक बहुत ही अच्छी रिफ्लेक्टर्स होती हैं लेकिन बैड एमिटर्स होती हैं. आंसर इज़ True. Ladles are used in stirring and scooping food. जो लकड़ी के चमचे होते हैं बड़े वो फूड को मिक्स करने के लिए इस्तेमाल होते हैं. आंसर इज ट्रू. Okay, now give the heading, choose the correct options. Number 1. To reverse the flow of heat, one must. यानी हमें जब हीट का प्रोसेस फ्लो ऑफ हीट के प्रोसेस को रिवर्स डायरेक्शन में फ़्लो करना होगा तो हमें क्या करना चाहिए? A. Put the hot body close to the cold body. B. Keep both bodies hot. C. Keep both bodies cold. And D. Provide energy to the cold body. So the answer is D. Provide energy to the cold body. You have to mark tick. Point D. यानी हमने कोल्ड बॉडी को एनर्जी देनी है तभी वो जो फ्लो ऑफ हीट का प्रोसेस है वो रिवर्स डायरेक्शन में फ़्लो कर सकेगा. नंबर 2. आफ्टर द ट्रांसफ़र ऑफ हीट फ्रॉम हॉट बॉडी टू कोल्ड बॉडी, द कोल्ड बॉडी. जब हॉट बॉडी से कोल्ड बॉडी में हीट गरमाइश मुंतकिल होती है तो कोल्ड बॉडी में क्या फ़र्क आता है या वो किस तरह हो जाती है? A. Gets warmer than the hot body. B. Gets colder than the hot body. C. Does not absorb heat at all. and D become equal in temperature to the hot body. So the answer is D, become equal in temperature to the hot body, यानी दोनों के टेम्परेचर सेम हो जाते हैं. Number 3, a metal pot of water is being heated on a stove. Which of the following processes is not happening? चूल्हे पे एक बर्तन पड़ा हुआ है मेटल का जिसमें पानी गर्म हो रहा है, तो उसमें इनमें से कौन सा प्रोसेस है जो नहीं होगा? A. Conduction, B. Convection, C. Radiation, D. Evaporation. Answer is C. Radiation. Number 4, which of the following option correctly relates the mode of transfer of heat with the natural processes? इनमें से कौन सा ऑप्शन है जो कि हमें शो कर रहा है कि मोड ऑफ ट्रांसफ़र ऑफ हीट नेचुरल प्रोसेस के साथ किस तरह रिलेट करता है? ए. कंडक्शन और एंड ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट, बी. कन्वेक्शन सोलर एनर्जी थ्रू वैक्यूम, सी. रेडिएशन विंड, डी. कन्वेक्शन ओशन करंट्स. तो आंसर इज़ डी. कन्वेक्शन ओशन करंट्स. ओशन करंट्स में हमें कन्वेक्शन का प्रोसेस नज़र आता है, उसमें हमें कन्वेक्शनल करंट्स नज़र आते हैं. सो डी इज़ करेक्ट. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग प्रोसेसेस रिजल्ट फ्रॉम द कन्वेक्शन? इनमें से कौन सा प्रोसेस है जो कि कन्वेक्शन के ज़रिए से होता है? ए. ग्लाइडिंग ऑफ बर्ड्स, बी. ग्लाइडिंग ऑफ पायलट, सी. बोथ ऑफ दीज, डी. एक्सपेंशन ऑफ कंक्रीट. सो द आंसर इज़ बोथ ऑफ दीज, यानी ग्लाइडिंग ऑफ बर्ड्स और पायलट्स दोनों जो हैं कन्वेक्शन के प्रोसेस से होती है. नंबर 6, बॉडी ए इज़ ब्लैक एंड बॉडी बी इज़ शाइनी. बोथ आर प्लेस नियर अ फायर. विच स्टेटमेंट इज़ ट्रू? बॉडी ए ब्लैक है और बॉडी बी शाइनी है, यानी शाइन कर रही है, और दोनों को आग के नज़दीक रखा गया है. इनमें से कौन सा स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट होगा? ए. बॉडी ए विल गेट हीटेड क्विकली, बी. बॉडी बी विल गेट हीटेड क्विकली, C. both are heated quickly, D. none of them. So the answer is A. Body A will get heated quickly. Body A जल्दी गर्म होगी, ठीक है, क्योंकि वो black थी. That are good absorbers. Number 7, during a convection current, which of the following does not happen? Convection current में इनमें से कौन सा process है जो नहीं होता है? A. hot air sinks, B. hot air rise, C. cold air sinks, and D. particles move. आंसर इज़ हॉट एयर सिंक. हॉट एयर जो है कन्वेक्शन करंट में सिंक नहीं होती है बल्कि राइज होती है. नंबर 8, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज़ मोस्ट सूटेबल फॉर मेकिंग लेडल्स? इनमें से कौन सा मटेरियल है जो कि लेडल्स लकड़ी के चमचे बनाने के लिए यूज़ होता है? ए. वूल, बी. कॉपर, सी. वुड, डी. आयरन. आंसर इज़ वुड. नंबर 9, अ वैक्यूम फ्लास्क प्रिवेंट. वैक्यूम फ्लास्क रोकता है ए. कंडक्शन को, बी. कन्वेक्शन, सी. रेडिएशन, डी. ऑल ऑफ दीज. सो आंसर इज़ ऑल ऑफ दीज, क्योंकि वो इन तीनों प्रोसेसेस को रोकता है. नंबर 10, अ वैक्यूम फ्लास्क ऑफ हॉट लिक्विड इज़ ओपनड ऑन द टॉप ऑफ एन आइसी माउंटेन. विच वन ऑफ द फॉलोइंग विल हैपन? एक आइसी माउंटेन है, बर्फीला पहाड़ है, जिस पर वैक्यूम फ्लास्क को खोला गया है और उसमें हॉट लिक्विड है. तो इनमें से कौन सा प्रोसेस है जो कि होगा? नंबर ए. इवेपोरेशन एंड कंडक्शन, बी. इवेपोरेशन एंड कन्वेक्शन, सी. कन्वेक्शन ओनली, डी. इवेपोरेशन ओनली. सो द आंसर इज़ इवेपोरेशन एंड कन्वेक्शन. इवेपोरेशन और कन्वेक्शन का प्रोसेस होगा. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, this is the end of our chapter number 4, transmission of heat. Thank you and Allah Hafiz. Stay home, stay safe.